Is he gonna be self-representing or?
Yeah.
If he doesn't want an attorney, then yeah.
Are you self-representing?
If Jake Thompson doesn't find me a contact, he's the only
Why don't you
one
find
that
yourself a
has
lawyer, man?
Well, I mean, you have the right to waive a lawyer.
I know. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll be self-representing.
Okay.
Well, this is gonna go well.
Wake, are you calling any witnesses?
I do not believe any witnesses will be necessary.
Alrighty, are you attaching any other evidence to the bond, or will you just be basing your...
All I have is my story, Your Honor.
Alrighty. We're going to be calling witnesses to the stand, so you won't necessarily be given a chance to state your side of the story. You'd have to have an attorney call you to the stand.
Mr. Right here.
Oh, okay.
We aren't
What's
we're
that?
not holding oral arguments. We're reviewing evidence and examining witnesses.
Private, but I'm
that
not
was
100% sure.
Blake, are you up for witnessing then?
I believe you can enter though.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. If you need a pen.
Okay, then I'll be calling Blake Thompson as a
on
witness.
whisper, please, and Ethan, just make sure you search him.
He's just too stubborn, I guess. He got a lawyer, and then he just says no. I don't get him sometimes, man. It'd be a lot better with him having a lawyer. Just make it more fun.
Is everybody present?
Your Honor, everyone's present.
Alright, just to affirm, Mr. Thompson, you're going to be self-representing in this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
My name is Justice Max Lancet, and I will be presiding over this trial. I'd like to remind everybody that this is a trial, and appropriate behavior, respect, and tact will be expected at all times, or you may be found in contempt of court and may receive jail time, fines, or both. You may only speak when addressed by the court or whoever holds the floor at the time, and I ask that all parties involved keep these proceedings civil so that we may expedite this and get everyone on their way. With that in mind, prosecution, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Could the plaintiff please identify themselves to the court?
That's you, Tyler.
Blake Thompson. Oh.
No, that's not you, Wake.
Tyler Little, Your Honor, State Prosecutor.
So no, he's not prosecuting.
And I'll be sitting co-counsel, Your Honor, Assistant State Attorney Mac McLean.
Defendant, could you please identify yourself to the court?
Wake Thompson.
Alrighty, prosecution, can you please state the charges that you're bringing before the court today?
I will be pursuing the charges of obstruction of justice and impersonating a lawyer or government official, Your Honor.
Very well, then the case of Kelly's Island v. Thompson is now in session. Justice Lancet is presiding. Defense, how would you like to plead to the charges brought against you today?
I plead guilty.
Very well, then. With that in mind, moving on to sentencing.
Oh my God, Your Honor! Before you move on to sentencing,
I don't even understand the court system.
Your Honor, if the defendant is, never mind, Your Honor.
Is he incompetent?
I am Your Honor, I apologize. I'm not very well informed of the justice system.
So to affirm, you are pleading guilty to the charges.
Your Honor, if I may.
You're not pleading. You're pleading not guilty.
Correct, Your Honor.
Would you like to obtain counsel, Mr. Thompson?
Your Honor, the state would like to request state-appointed counsel given Mr. Thompson's admittance of lack of understanding of the court system. We have an attorney standing by.
I was aware that you had a counsel that was potentially going to be involved. Is he present today?
Yes, Your Honor. His name is Ethan Khaled.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Khaled, would you be willing to take Mr. Thompson as your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alrighty, do you need time to review the evidence, or are you prepared?
May I have a few minutes, Your Honor?
Yes, you may. I will, let's meet back here in 10 minutes, so we'll be at recess until then. I'll give you time to confer with your client and discuss what happened.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hold on. Mr. Thompson, Mr. Khaled, follow me this way, please.
Yes, sir.
almost died.
Is he incompetent?
What the fuck was that?
Where's my helicopter?
Alright.
How do you
Mr.
plead?
Callan, Mr. Thompson,
Guilty.
you guys just
I'm not lost. I'm not lost.
if you guys have any questions,
Hey, Thompson.
myself and Mr. Little will be right outside, okay?
What's going on here?
Wade
I
thought
would
he'd represent
appreciate,
himself, and he had
if
no
there
idea what was
are
going
any
on.
facts that you want to speculate to
I
about
plead
any
guilty.
events that occurred, just let me know and we'll okay?
Oh god.
That was pretty funny. I plead guilty.
That's why I plead guilty.
That's all we heard. What, do you
What's
have
the
any
point in that
statements?
court case
And
if
then
you're
all
gonna
you
plead
hear is,
guilty?
okay, moving on.
It was so
I went,
hard.
oh my god.
It was so
Yeah, I
hard
know.
not to laugh.
Yeah, that's all we heard. Alright, moving on to sentencing.
Hey, make sure you guys don't whisper.
No.
I might need to opt out of being a witness for him.
Why?
I don't want to embarrass myself.
He's the only guy he's got.
I know,
You
just
stole
kidding.
my toolkit, bro.
You're the only one that.
Wait, Blake, are you being called as a witness?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. You should probably
For
go
what?
ask, because like now he has a lawyer.
Well, now that Wake is not representing himself, he can go on the
You're
stand
injured,
if
by the
his
way.
lawyer decides to call him up to the stand.
No, but
Could
Blake
he
said
have
he's a
called
witness,
call
and asking a
himself to
witness
the
what?
stand, ask himself questions?
He's a character
Mr.
witness.
Thompson.
Character's not in
He
question
like stands
today.
stands up there where the witness is standing, like he has to walk back a little
Someone
bit.
shut
Alright,
him up.
Mr. Thompson. Ask himself a question, run back up.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, just an FYI, guys. I think we're gonna have a party down at the sand mine after this. If we win the case.
Oh, if you have
Yeah, Wake won't be able to make it.
Yeah, because he's gonna be a little busy.
Oh my God.
Your Honor, can you please repeat what you said at the beginning, about the whole
Yes,
tolerance
I will.
thing, just for all these new people?
I will repeat it. for
Because
you.
I know all these marshals and stuff, they're not that mature, so just go ahead and repeat that a couple times.
Say it louder, Matt. I swear to God.
Sir, are you?
I'm looking at you,
yeah.
Max. I'll razz. I'll razz. I mean,
Thompson,
Jake, go close the door.
are you ready, Mr. Thompson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prosecution, are you ready?
Go close it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alrighty, the case of Kelly's Island v. Thompson is now back in session. Justice Lancet will again be presiding. So, going back to where we left off, we established that the prosecution would be pressing charges against Mr. Thompson for obstruction of justice and impersonating a government official. Is this correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alrighty,
you're
with
needed
that in
in
mind,
processing,
Mr. Thompson,
sir.
how would you like to
I
proceed
am.
with the charges?
I have one around.
Very well, now we may move on.
Your Honor,
Yes, Mr. McLean.
whatever the defense just said, we can't hear. We would ask that they be on yelling.
Yeah, if you could please speak loudly in the courtroom.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm
for
assuming it's not
prosecution,
guilty this time, Your Honor.
He is not guilty. I need you to speak up. There we go. Alright, could the prosecution please give a list of their witnesses?
I will be calling Mr. Matt Wiskowski and Jake Thompson to the stand, Your Honor.
Very well then, could the defense list their witnesses?
I'll be calling Mr. Blake Thompson to the stand, Your Honor.
Very well then, per order of the bond, any evidence that is going to be provided in this case during witness testimony is to be attached to the bond. So any evidence that is attached to the bond is considered fair game in this case. Anything that is not will not be admissible in court. With that in mind, we will now be calling witnesses up to the stand. The prosecution will go first, followed by the
Your
defense.
Honor.
Yes.
Two points real quick. Are we doing opening statements?
We are.
And two, we would like to know the nature of Mr. Thompson's testimony, as we were not informed he was going to be a witness, and we have potential objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Khaled, if you could respond to Mr. McLean here. If you could
Mr.
repeat
McLean,
yourself for
can you-
Mr. Khaled.
Could you repeat that, Mr. McLean?
Your statement?
Yes,
You
we would
witness,
like
sir?
to, let me make sure I'm not yelling. We would like to know the nature of Mr. Thompson's testimony, as we were not notified that he was going to be a witness for any potential objections.
Mr. Thompson was a passenger in the vehicle at the time. Did Mr. Thompson not let you know that he would be a witness?
No. But we have no objections to the lack of notification. Just due to the lack of notification, we wanted to know the nature of the call.
Very well then. we have any other objections? Very well then, we'll now move to opening statements. Prosecution, you may begin with your opening statement.
Yes, Your Honor. All right. On the date of 6/1/2016, Officer Jake Thompson was performing a traffic stop on a black sports car who was complying at that time. When Mr. Wake Thompson went around the left side of the traffic stop and pulled in front of the vehicle being pulled over and stated, "This is a felony stop," out of the vehicle. After he stated that, the car that was complying was then took off, and we will also be presenting the following evidence to the court to prove. It'd be dash cam footage of the cruiser.
Are you okay, Mr. Little?
Yes, Your Honor. I was just preparing the video. I was
Alrighty,
making sure
that
that it
can
was
come up during witness testimony. You're just giving your opening statement right now.
Yes, Your Honor.
So if you could continue unless you were done.
The evidence shows that Mr. Wade Thompson intentionally pulled in front of the traffic stop, impeding the officer's ability to perform his duties. Therefore, is not being prosecuted on current charges, Your Honor. And that'd be the closing of my opening statement.
Mr. Khaled, you may give your opening statement.
On the same date as prosecution stated, Mr. Thompson was involved in an incident where he had pulled in front of a vehicle. However, as the prosecution states, on the contrary, this did not inhibit the officer's ability to conduct a traffic stop, and at no point did Mr. Thompson ever identify himself as a law enforcement officer. Such charges pressed against him are invalid and have no supporting evidence. That is all, Your Honor.
Alrighty, with that in mind, we will now move into calling witnesses. The prosecution may call their first witness.
I will be calling Jake Thompson to the stand, Your Honor.
Mr. Thompson, could you please identify yourself to the court?
Captain Jake Thompson.
Alrighty.
Alright, Mr. Thompson, you'd like to swear or affirm today?
Swear.
Alright, please place your left hand on our metaphorical Bible. And then raise your right hand. You so swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
I do so swear.
The floor is yours, Mr. Little.
Alright, I gotta fix it. Were you with the Mr. Wade Thompson on 6/1/2016?
Yes.
Can you explain
This is his first thing, so first time prosecuting.
Can you walk through the events that happened on that day?
Yes. I was patrolling along with my partner, Matt Wazowski, in Union when a black sports car, a Lamborghini, passed us, speeding well over the speed limit. We then got up to the vehicle, turned on our lights and sirens, pulled him over. He yielded to the right side of the road. We pulled up behind him. I called it in over the radio that we were doing a traffic stop. And then Wake Thompson and Blake Thompson were in a purple Subaru. Wake Thompson was driving. He pulled around me, and the Lamborghini pulled over in front of the Lamborghini, perpendicular to the road, basically blocking him. And then said that he said, "This is a felony stop, get out of the vehicle." Then the Lamborghini drove away, and then I proceeded to arrest Wake Thompson and pull over the vehicle.
So just to clarify, Mr. Wake Thompson did pull in front of the vehicle that you were currently pulling over, which, as you stated, was a Lamborghini, which did hinder your ability to perform the traffic stop.
Objection, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Cunningham.
Leading question.
What was that?
Excuse me. Ignore that. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
What was your objection for? I didn't hear what you said.
Never mind that, Your Honor. Excuse me.
Alrighty, Mr. Little, you can continue.
That's all I have for this witness, Your Honor.
Would you like to enter any evidence at this time, Mr. Little?
Do you want me to answer question?
I would like to enter the dash cam footage, or sorry, correction, the personnel footage captured from the vest of the officer, which would be Mr. Jake Thompson.
Are you going to ask him any questions regarding the evidence?
I already asked. I've already asked one of my questions, Your Honor.
He needs to ask a question.
You're trying to admit an exhibit after the fact, after you've already asked your questions. You should have admitted this exhibit before the questions were being asked and referenced it.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Ms. McLean.
Generally speaking, when conducting a direct examination, we are allowed to have the officer give his side of the story and then have that officer provide the evidence of his dash cam footage in order to back up that story. If you like, Your Honor, we can wait until redirect to enter this.
It's fine. I'll allow it to be entered now. I was just curious what your tactics were. Mr. Khaled, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
So, Your Honor, do you want us to enter the video now or redirect?
It's good. It's admitted now, so Mr. Khaled can reference it if he pleases.
Yes, Your Honor.
Check an additional on Ocean View south of DSC, please. 10-4,
Calling it.
One Charlie 1038 on a black sports car, Union Highway, North Union.
1 Echo 7 plus 2 will be 1076 the last 911.
They're 1080.
Alright, let's pull over, arrest him for
I will not be cross-examining this witness, Your Honor.
Hey.
Very well then.
No
Mr.
hard
Thompson,
questions.
you can step down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Prosecution would like to call their next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. We'll be calling Matt Wazowski to the stand, Your Honor.
If the witness could please identify themselves to the court.
Sergeant Matt Wazowski.
Alright, Mr. Wazowski, would you like to be sworn in or affirmed today?
Sworn.
Alright, please place your left hand on the metaphorical Bible. And raise your right hand, or your left hand in this case. Do you so swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I so swear.
Mr. Little, you may begin.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Wazowski, were you with Mr. Wake Thompson on the day of 6/1/2016?
Yes.
Could you also walk us through the events that happened, please?
I was patrolling with my captain and also partner Jake Thompson through Union Highway heading northbound, and we were pulling over a vehicle, black sports car heading northbound towards Sandmine, going speed of 198, and when we pulled him over, Mr. Wake Thompson pulled to the right side, or in front of the vehicle, and he said that he's doing a felony stop or something along those lines on the vehicle, and we the other black sports car drove off and we pulled over Mr. Wake Thompson.
So, to clarify what you say, you were performing a traffic stop heading northbound towards that mine, and during the traffic stop, Mr. Wade Thompson came around and pulled in front of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay. And Mr. Wade Thompson said, "This is a felony stop. Get out of the vehicle."
Yes.
Okay. That's all, Your Honor.
Mr. Khaled, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
No, Your Honor.
Very well then, Mr. Wazowski, you may step down.
Highway.
Does the prosecution have any other witnesses they're calling forward?
No, Your Honor.
Very well then, we will move over to the defense now. Mr. Khaled, will you be calling forward any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may call your first witness.
I'll be calling forth Blake Thompson as the first witness.
Could the witness please identify themselves to the court?
Blake Thompson.
Alright, Mr. Thompson, do you wish to be sworn in or affirmed today?
I'll be sworn in.
Okay, please place your left hand on the metaphorical Bible. And please raise your left hand.
What does he want?
You so swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
This has been sworn in.
Mr. Khaled, you may begin.
Mr. Thompson, where were you during this incident?
The passenger seat in Wake Thompson's Subaru.
Okay, good. Excuse me 1 second. Did at any time Mr. Thompson declare himself to be a government official?
No, he did not.
Could you please recount, excuse me, I'm bad with English. Could you please give me an account of what had happened before pulling up to the vehicle?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
What was that, Mr. McLean? I didn't quite hear that.
Objection to relevance, Your Honor, if I may be heard.
Go ahead.
Anything that happened leading up to this traffic stop does not make any fact of this case more or less likely, therefore is not relevant in today's case.
I'm going to have to sustain that, Mr. Khaled, unless it's directly up to the event. Asking what they did prior to him pulling up is irrelevant in this nature. You may continue.
Mr. Thompson, was the other Mr. Thompson currently speaking to you in the vehicle when he stated that statement?
Objection, leading.
They're not having any of this, the prosecution.
Mr. Thompson, to who were you speaking to? Excuse me, let me rephrase that. Who said the initial statement?
What statement?
Which statement are you referring to?
This is a felony stop.
Your Honor, objection.
Yes, Mr. McLean.
I don't recall any statements from this witnesses regarding any statements being made.
Did he not just say that, Mr. McLean?
No, he didn't.
What exactly are you referring to?
I lost my gun.
Excuse me. 1 second.
I think there's some confusion here due to the sustained objection to relevance that the statement that the counselor was hoping to elicit from the witness was not elicited, and he's just continuing on with his line of questioning.
All right.
Okay, that'll be the end of questioning for this.
Alrighty.
That's the end of questioning? That was it?
Mr. McLean, or I'm sorry, Mr. Little. Mr. Thompson, you weren't dismissed yet. If you could please come back up.
It's not
Mr.
me.
Thompson.
Wrong Thompson.
The other one.
Got the wrong Thompson.
God damn, it'll be the one I say it will.
Blake Thompson?
Blake Thompson, you weren't dismissed yet. Could you please come back up? Thank you. Just so you're aware, you're still under oath. Mr. Little, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
No, Your Honor.
All right, now you may now step down, Mr. Blake Thompson.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, we'll now be moving to our closing statements. Mr. Little, you may give your closing statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alright. On June 1st, 2016, Mr. Wade Thompson pulled in front of the traffic stop and said, quote, "This is a felony stop, out of the vehicle." In order to prove impersonating a lawyer or government official, Mr. Wade Thompson negligently misrepresented himself as a police officer, potentially undercover. Even if he did not believe that what he was doing misrepresented himself as an officer, his actions as seen by a reasonable person in this situation are easily interpreted as such. We proved this through the video we provided in the testimony of Captain Jake Thompson, who was on scene. There is no reasonable doubt that these actions took place. There is no reasonable doubt that these actions took place, nor is there any that he negligently misrepresented himself. All right. So on the obstruction of justice during the traffic stop, it is deemed official police business when a traffic stop is performed. It also starts the beginning of an investigation of the person or persons in question. Mr. Wake Thompson's actions hindered the police to properly investigate the person being pulled over. These actions directly prevented justice from being served, which is exact wording under the criminal code, unlawfully hindering the discovery or apprehension of anyone who has committed a crime, or preventing justice from being served. Seeing as how this obviously prevented justice from being served in the traffic stop, we also have proved this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Due to the substantial evidence shown in the court and beyond a reasonable doubt, Mr. Wake Thompson should be found guilty of all charges.
Is that all?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Khaled, you may give your closing statement.
In the evidence provided by the prosecution originally, under the charge of obstruction of justice, in no way does the video prove that my client had in any way, shape, or fashion obstructed justice. There is no backbone to show that what his actions did would have affected the outcome of the officers in their investigation or chase of the suspect. On the account of impersonating a lawyer or government official, there is no support to say that, or any evidence that shows him officially declaring himself to be an official of the government. However, when he stated, this is a felony stop, this was speaking into a, I'll stop there.
He didn't even say anything about the
We'll now
impersonating.
take a brief recess.
I guess he's guilty.
For,
He thinks he's
me
guilty
to
for
review the
that.
evidence in the case presented from both sides. We will convene back here in approximately 5 minutes for a final verdict.
All rise.
Sorry about that. My notes are getting so scrambled right now. So many different things going on.
It's a little man.
Sir, please not exit the hall until the judge exits. I'm exiting.
No, Tyler, I can't.
Yes, the judge exits first, for those who do not know.
Whoa!
I was trying to help you get that incompetent man off the stand.
We have
Hey.
What's up?
Don't worry, he's
Get away from me. Cross me like that again in public, I'll fuck you up.
What'd I do?
Fuzzy handcuffs are coming.
No, get away from me, Soto.
Come back here, boy.
You can't,
Hey,
you
don't
can't
close
do
the door,
this to
dude.
me.
Don't worry,
Come here,
this is
boy.
all part of the evening courthouse entertainment.
Would you like the
Honorable Judge Max Lanson presiding.
Milady?
Ian, it's my job. Connor, you got the wrong fucking spot.
Is this actually a court case?
I can't move.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can.
Yes, Daddy.
Shut up, Stewie.
Alrighty, the case of the case of Kelly's Island v. Thompson is now back in session. Justice Max Lancet is presiding. Based on the evidence and testimony that's been provided, I've come to the following conclusions. The defendant, Wake Thompson, just to reference the evidence here while I'm explaining my choice. The defendant, Wake Thompson, pulled in front of a vehicle which was yielding to a law enforcement officer. The defendant then proceeded to pull in front of the vehicle and issue an order to the person being pulled over to exit. Due to the nature of the situation and the extensive use of unmarked vehicles by several law enforcement agencies in Erie County, any reasonable person who's involved in the situation could assume that Wake Thompson was a law enforcement officer and therefore attempting to act in the capacity of law enforcement officer. Moving on, as a result of him issuing this command, he interrupted a police situation and as a result obstructed a police investigation. With that in mind, coming to the charges at hand. For impersonating a lawyer or government official, we find Wake Thompson guilty. And for the charge of obstruction of justice, we find Wake Thompson guilty. I'd like to remind the court that this is not the place to argue the decision, and if you wish to do so, an appeal can be submitted on the government website. However, moving on to sentencing, Wake Thompson is to serve a maximum of 60 minutes in the penitentiary here in Erie County. The case of Kelly's Island v. Thompson is now closed. This court is adjourned.
Captain Thompson, could you take him into custody, please?
Justice has been served.
Fuck is
Everybody
playing the
right?
music? You don't get to
Matt.
play music until court is adjourned.
Matt.
You can still be charged with contempt.
Was it me?
He was guilty, right?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Excuse me, I'm not done eating my cheese fries, so.
Thought you were gonna say cake. I was gonna be
Anyway,
happy.
Dean, you can take him, or I will take him. One of the
Bailiff
two.
want him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bailiff.
the bailiff will take him. Why not? All right, I hope I didn't get the wrong guy. Alrighty there, sir.
Hey, you see this dude?
Judge J.
Okay, we're going on an adventure.
You see that guy?
All
He's a
right.
douchebag.
Right this way, Judge Lancet.
Justice.
Roger.
Thanks for taking his case, man.
Party at Sand
I
Mine.
just wish I had more time to structure things.
Yeah, he was.
That's
I
a
don't
that's
know
a
what was
pretty
wrong with him.
interesting court case.
Ethan, I'll send you
Not
money to
gonna
pay
lie.
you.
Please watch your
I
hands.
knew
I'll
that you
transfer
got
it
that
through
one in
ATM.
the bag, no matter what.
Alright.
Ron, what's up, dude?
Party at Sandmine or what?
Party at Sandmine, guys.
Party at
Party at
Sand Mine,
Sandmine,
everybody.
Jake?
Not ready now.
Yeah.
Except for Wake, obviously.
Yeah. Sorry, Wake.
No more
Yo,
court
Jake,
cases.
just remember what I said earlier.
Alright.
Hey, Dean, don't go to school tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Jake, where are you?
Hey, I need to go buy a gun, so go to DS real quick.
Hey, Jake.
Hey. Yeah, what's up,
Any
buddy?
food?
Yeah.
Like, don't go to school
Good
tomorrow.
water.
You guys
Can
want
you
to come to
sign- can you
Sandmine? It's
sign this?
party. Yeah.
Dude,
Wh-
can
what
I
is
sign it?
Hey, wait, no, we're gonna go to DSC
What
sign
is
buy a
it?
gun
I'm
real
gonna
quick.
meet you at Sandmine.
What is it?
Let me
Is it
piss
like
on
the
it.
devil?
Autographs. Can I have your autograph?
You can put
For
your hands
what?
behind your back. You see, sir, I don't appreciate you coming on this. I don't appreciate
Sir,
you
I didn't
coming
mean to
onto
shoot
this
it.
property. No, it's
Hey,
just...
go into DSC
Wait,
so I can
no,
read
give
your
me
review.
this.
Excuse me? That's an officer.
Alright, I'm gonna play it now.
Wait. I'll tell you.
Ooh, that's the wrong one.
Alright, start it, man. Why isn't anyone here?
Shots fired. Shots fired, DOC. DOC. Confirmed. Was it class 2? Unknown at this time.
Our party is
No,
Christmas.
what about
They have shots, so.
Where?